Morning guys, and Merry Christmas Eve. I hope everyone's got everything ready and sorted. I just wrapped Daisy's presents then. I hate wrapping, I'm the worst wrapper ever. Anyway, I thought, like I said on my last video, I did Noah's birth story, so I thought I'd do Daisy's birth story today. Being so some people might be having babies very soon or thinking about it or something like that, maybe even having Christmas babies. So yeah, obviously Daisy was my first baby and I didn't think you could have a home birth, so I opted for a hospital birth. I still wanted my water birth and thankfully got my water birth. And yeah, so Daisy was 4 days late, so I got to my due date, and then 3 days later we went and had a stretch and sweep. Is where the midwife has a, goes in and stretch and sweeps to see if she can feel the membranes or the hair. She said she could feel Daisy's head, so she was pretty engaged and I was already 2 centimetres dilated, which was good. So we hoped that things would progress from there. So anyway, I came home, Robin went to work, I had a bath and had to relax and just did some chilling. We had some friends over that night and then had some food, and then he went home, started sitting on my ball, watching a programme downstairs, and it was about 9 o'clock. I started getting these contractions and pains. Obviously I didn't know what I was expecting because I'd never had a baby before. Yeah, and they just got a bit, they're just niggly at first, and I just kept on bouncing and walking around, and we were like, right, the hospital bags was packed obviously, and we thought, right, let's see if we can try and get some sleep. So I tried to lie down and it weren't happening, like the contractions kept on coming on fast. I tried to see if Robin could get some sleep, but no, I needed him. And then obviously Robin was birth partner and my mum was birth partner, and we rang my mum about, must have been about 12ish, saying they were getting stronger and stronger, with us like every 3 minutes at this point. She said, get in the bath, see if it helps. Just getting stronger. We rang the midwife, and right, the midwife was like, yeah, you need to come, because she heard me on the phone like contracting. She was like, yeah, you need to come in. And obviously none of us drove at that point. Thankfully Robin drives now, but so we had to ring a taxi. They had to make sure that the taxi was prepared for like what is going on, whatever. So yeah, we got in a taxi, and it only took about 10 minutes to get to Bolton hospital. Obviously because it was in the middle of the night, there's no traffic. We got there, still contracting probably like every 2 minutes now, and we got I went into the birthing centre, which was lovely, rather than being on like a ward or in a hospital room. And there was this just like giant beanbag bed and like bars and a bath, and it was really lovely. So the midwife wanted to check how many centimetres dilated it was, and it was like 6 to 7, which was great. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to ever go to the hospital and just be like 3 centimetres dilated and be sent home. So that was lovely. Yeah, and she literally just left us to my own devices. She never checked me again. She kept on checking Daisy's heartbeat, obviously, with the Doppler. But other than that, I was allowed to just do it on my own. And the birthing pool wasn't ready yet, and somebody else was in it, I think. So I got in the bath, which was nice because it was a big bath. And things were progressing, and then the birthing pool was ready and we got in, and it's all lovely, this massive big pool with candles and lights. It is lovely. If you don't want a home birth in your own space, go to a birthing centre and a birth pool, because they are lovely and the midwives were nice. And you just left to your own devices, which was what you want. You don't want to be pestered every 2 minutes. So we got in, yeah, and we got in the water, and I felt like it was time to push, and she said like, go for it. So I did. Yeah, so I was pushing and pushing, and I'll tell you one thing, because obviously the baby comes down, head down, most of them do anyway, when you can feel it go through, it's really hard to explain if you've not had babies, and you can kind of feel this pop as the head makes its way out. I don't want to put anyone off, but yeah, but the pain kind of eases when they've come through the birth canal. That's what the word I'm going for. Yeah, obviously Daisy was in a waters, so yeah, so I did tear. Yes, so Daisy came out in the waters, so I did tear I totally forgot what this called, but anyway, a couple of stitches, and I didn't tear it all with Noah, which was great. Yeah, she came out 8 pounds exactly. Our firstborn, it was amazing. Straight on my chest, stayed on my chest for a while. Well, like, you can either wait for the placenta to come out naturally, or you can get a shot to make it come out quicker, which I always do, because I just kind of want to be left alone and everything. And with Daisy, I had a, like, when she came out, the pool kind of just turned red, and everyone was panicking a little bit, but I just had a ragged placenta. I think it had just finished doing what it needed to do. Yeah, so that was weird, and I'd never seen that before, but I don't know who it happens to and why it happens. Nothing was bad, nothing was wrong with me or Daisy, but yeah, it was just strange. So yeah, we had our baby girl. The only thing about being in hospital obviously is you're not in your own home, in your own space, and we got to go back to the room, but it was we was waiting a long time, and I hadn't slept in since the night before, and I was in labour since the 9 PM and she was born at 26 AM. So yeah, obviously I hadn't slept since the night before, so I was absolutely shattered, and then obviously with a newborn you don't get to sleep anyway, so yeah, that was a bit of a crash, but at least I didn't have another child to look after at that point, which I did when I had Noah. But yeah, you're waiting around to sign some paperwork and for them to come and check the baby over and everything. But yeah, it's still a lovely experience, and you know, if a hospital birth, home birth, whatever birth you have, it's all amazing because you're giving birth to your baby, your blood, you have made this human, which is amazing. Even if you're adopting or fostering, it's still amazing because you are still giving this child a life. This precious thing that needs looking after and feeding and a cuddle. It is amazing. Like, seriously, I would have lots and lots and lots of babies if I could, but we're putting it on hold for a couple of years to get these, concentrate on Daisy and Noah, get them into school, and then we'll see what happens then. But I would happily be a surrogate for other people. Definitely, because pregnancy I don't enjoy that much because of the morning sickness and thingy, but birth, I can get through birth pretty good. So yeah, that's my experience with Daisy. And if anyone's having a baby out there or planning to have a baby, please don't get put off by horror stories, because a lot of the time it is an amazing and magical thing. And yeah, it does hurt a bit, and yeah, you'll be tired, but oh, you got a human, you made a human. Yeah, so don't get put off, because people do put horror stories up there and not nice stories, but these are mine. I can prove that it can be nice. So both my children, both of mine have been nice. So yes, please have a Merry Christmas, a great Christmas. Enjoy your kids, enjoy your animals, enjoy each other. Thank you. Bye.